My name is Divine and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back and thank you for always choosing to watch my videos. Thank you so much. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about phone etiquette. I'm going to be discussing phone etiquettes. So these are things that you should and you shouldn't do when using your phone. Okay, so without talking too much, because I have so many things on my list, so let's just get straight right into the video. Okay, first etiquette that I have on my list is always introduce yourself whenever you call someone with a new number. So let's say you know this person, you have, like, he or she has your former number, and then maybe you call with another number that is not the number you used to call. You should introduce yourself when they pick up, something like, hello, this is Divine, so they know who they are talking to. Don't assume that because you guys have been talking for some time that they're going to recognize your voice. They might and they might not recognize your voice. So always introduce yourself even if you guys have been speaking. Okay, the second etiquette on my list is don't use your phone loudly in public places. For instance, let's say you are playing a video game, because I've seen this multiple times and I'm like, what is this? Like, you are in a bus, for instance, and you are playing a game, you are playing a video game with your phone, you are playing a game with your phone, and the volume is very loud. Like, sometimes I think, why do they need the volume to be this loud? If you must listen to the sound of your video game, why not just reduce it? Or better still, like, best, just use an earpiece or something. Like, we don't want to be listening to the sound of your video game because it's really annoying. It can piss some people off. Okay, so yeah, reduce the sound of your phone whenever you're doing something with your phone, or you're in a public bus. I don't know, I keep using public because yes, don't disturb the public with your private stuff. Okay, so you're in a public bus, for instance, and you want to play your song. Don't assume that because you like this kind of song that everybody else is going to like it. No, you want to play some songs with your phone, use your earpiece. You don't play it out very loud and disturb people with your song. That is just how I feel about it. Okay, so the third one is never answer rudely to phone calls, especially unknown numbers. For instance, you don't know this number and they are calling you. Don't be rude about it. Don't answer them rudely. Answer politely and listen to what they have to say. Okay, because you don't know who is calling. You don't know, maybe it's the MD or something. Like, you had an interview in a company and they're calling to tell you that you've gotten the job, and you're answering rudely to them. No, you don't want to do that. Don't answer rudely to unknown numbers or any number. Fourth one, which I think is also important, is don't end the call abruptly on someone. Give a warning first. For instance, you are talking with this person and you want to end the call. Say, okay, I have to go now, bye. Don't just because you have to go, you just end the call like that. That is rude. Don't do that. Okay, give a warning first before you end the call. Now, the fifth phone etiquette I have on my list is do not decline someone's call without at least sending a text as to why you can't pick up their phone. Let's say, for instance, you're in a meeting and someone calls you, and then you decline the call. Just send I believe you should send a quick SMS to the person, like, in a meeting, call you back later, something like that. Just a very short SMS to tell the person that you can't pick their call at the moment. Because I feel this kind of rude sometimes when I call someone and they decline my call without calling me back immediately, or without sending an SMS as to why they can't pick up. Okay, so yeah, let's just kind of normalize doing that. The next etiquette I have on my list is for when you call someone on phone for the first time. Okay, let's say you call this person for the first time and maybe you don't even know the person, and the person probably doesn't know you. So what you should do is, when you call and the person picks up, what you should do is to say, hi, my name is, and then you go straight to the point. I see sometimes unknown numbers call me, I'm like, hello, they're also like, hello, and they're quiet. Like, are you waiting for me to talk? Am I the one who's supposed to, like, you're the one that is calling, so you should be the one to tell me what you want. You introduce yourself, something like, hello, my name is Divine, and just introduce yourself, go straight to the point, don't wait for me, don't keep mute. Like, what do you want me to say? You are the person calling, so you should be the one to have something to say, okay? This next point this next point is something that I have seen so many times, and that's use your phone only when necessary while riding shotgun. Okay, while riding shotgun, I mean while you are at the front seats, when you're at the front seats of a car. For instance, let's say you are traveling and you are at the front seat and the driver is beside you, obviously, and all the while that you've been in the car, you've been on your phone tapping out chat. Like, what are you pressing? Especially if you don't have any reasonable, if you're not doing anything useful, like you are just there. And the most annoying part of it all is you are at the front seat and then you are playing a video game or you are seeing a video or a movie, and your video is loud, or the sound of your video game is loud. You are the front seat. Let's forget that, okay, maybe I talked about this thing previously, but in this case, you are the front seat. Don't you think you are disturbing? Like, you are kind of distracting the driver. I feel like you are distracting the driver. Okay, so I've seen also where maybe, I don't know, maybe I think they are dating or something, but girls will be at the front seats of their boyfriend's car, and all the while they are just tapping out. For instance, I was in a bus. I was in a bus, and we got to this very bad road. Like, this road was very bad that the people coming towards, we have to wait for people going towards the other side to pass before they too can pass. And then I saw this a guy driving with a girl beside him, and the guy was really struggling to know where to fix his tire to be able to pass through. And I was just looking into the car. All the while, the girl was just there with her phone, like busy pressing her phone, like nonchalantly. And in my mind, I'm like, this is not nice. Like, it's really not nice. I know you're not the one driving, but at least you should be able to assist the driver. Maybe bring out opinions like, yeah, maybe you should go through this way, or maybe you should go through the other way. So yeah, use your phone only when necessary, especially while riding shotgun. Because you're probably disturbing the driver, or you should kind of because the driver is a human being. Don't think because they are the driver then they should be able to know everything. Like, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but please just try as much as possible to, like, use your phone only when necessary. Okay, for instance, I'm going to say this, but when you are in my daddy's car and he's driving you, you are not permitted to bring out your phone and you are busy chatting on WhatsApp. Or are you crazy? He will stop and he will send you to the back seat of the car. He is not your driver. That's what he will tell you. So yes, my dad will always say, be my second eyes. You should be watchful. You should also learn. Okay, you should be watchful and you should also learn to drive. Okay, so that's just my point on this. Please tell me in the comment section if you agree with this point or if you have any other etiquette. Okay, so let's go back to our next point, which is avoid talking about personal or confidential matters on phone while in a public place. This point, there was this day I was traveling, just a very short travel, and throughout our stay in the bus, I don't know, I keep using bus, but yeah, throughout our stay in the bus, this woman kept talking with this other woman. Apparently, I kind of found out that the person she was talking to was in the abroad. So she was gisting the person in the abroad everything that was happening in her family. I don't know who the person is to her, but I just feel like this is not the right time and the right place to talk to this person, because although I was not looking at her directly, I was sitting in front of her and she was behind me. So, well, I could hear everything she was saying. And mind you, I tell you that I am not the only one paying attention to her, because it's a bus and we are all in the same place and I'm not doing anything. So, like, even if I don't want to listen, I can still hear her. I heard everything this one was saying. How she was even like should I say insulting or bad mouthing her child because the child is not doing well or something like that. I'm like, woman, this is not something you should be discussing in a public place. Like, so this woman now, although I don't know her, like, excuse me, although I don't know her personally, but through the conversation I have already known a lot about her, and that is not nice. Like, no, don't do that. So there are some calls that you don't take in a public place, like money issues. Also, when you're talking about a huge sum of money, because you don't know who is sitting beside you in the car, you don't know who is sitting behind you in the car, you don't know who is sitting at the front of you in the car or in the bus or in any public place. Okay, so let's be mindful and be careful of what we say while on phone with somebody in a public place. Now, the next point I have is don't take calls in supposed quiet places. Okay, for instance, you are in the church or in the library, or somewhere that you are not allowed to talk or to make noise. You are not supposed to take calls there. If you must have to take a call, then you should stand up and go out to take the call. For instance, you're in the church and your phone rings, you should not take your call. You should not take the call in the church. You should be respectful enough, at least respect God at least, and then also respect the people around you, and take the call and go out. Maybe maybe your phone mistakenly you didn't put it on silent. Just silence it at that moment, stand up, leave, and then take your call. Don't just like take it while it's still ringing and it's disturbing and drawing attention to yourself while you are leaving the church. No. So you should not take calls while you are in supposed quiet places. Okay, so the next point I have is don't use someone's phone without their consent. So I know that a lot of us know this, like you should know this. Don't use someone else's phone without their consent, because I don't know what you're looking for in their phone. What do you want to see? You want to see something that you can gossip with? Okay, I'm just kidding, but just don't use someone's phone without their consent, even if you know the password to their phone. I'm just saying this because I don't like it when maybe you come to my house and you just pick up my phone and you're just pressing like, what are you pressing? Don't you have your own? What exactly are you doing in my phone? So don't use someone's phone without their consent. Now, the last but not the least, and this point is something I know that everybody knows about, and that is don't use your phone while driving. Don't text while driving. Don't make calls while driving. Don't just keep your phone so it doesn't distract you while you are driving. And yeah, these are all I have to say about phone etiquette. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and I hope you learned one or two things. Please, if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, like it, share, comment. Leave a comment down below. Tell me other things, other phone etiquettes that you think that people should know, because me too, I would also like to know other phone etiquettes. Okay? And if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, I am begging, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.